That's right. She was in town last night. Did you know this?
I didn't know that. I forgot about it. I knew it and then forgot.
Yeah.
Now I know it again because you said so.
Now I know it again.
It's Janet. She was at the Target Center.
No, it's Miss Jackson if you're nasty.
Her Unbreakable tour, and she brought Jimmy Jam on the stage, and she brought the mayor. I guess she had a moment where she goes, first she brought Jimmy Jam out and Terry Lewis, then they go, we got a special guest, and everybody jumps to their feet thinking, Prince.
It's the mayor.
The mayor.
Let's bring it down now for you guys. Want to bring it down? Let's bring it down.
I hope the mayor danced. She looks like she could not dance to save her life. Please get her
She
up.
declared it Janet Jackson Day, which was weird because it's the end of the day.
Yeah.
For the next hour.
I was just thinking, it's 11. We can still squeeze in Janet Jackson Day.
For the next hour, it will be Janet Jackson Day. Anyway, I'm pretty sure the mayor got to the Target Center by using this new Cruise app. Oh. Have you heard about this, you guys?
We've talked about it on the show, so I do know about it.
I have not. Can you tell me about it?
I'd like to introduce you to the new Cruise app. Hold on.
Introducing the Twin Cities' newest transportation app, Cruise. C-R-U-Z, with no surge pricing ever.
Cruise to that brewery.
Cruise to that concert.
Cruise to that ball game.
Cruise home from that party.
I like Tom Cruise.
No kidding.
I do.
Sensing a pattern? Cruise. That's C-R-U-Z, the new app that saves you money with no surge pricing ever. Book in advance and save even more with Cruise. Download the Cruise app. Follow him on Twitter @Time2Cruise to get weekly ride discounts.
Whenever you booze, use Cruise.
Download Cruise right now on iOS or Android.
Pretty sure that's how she...
Like a moth to a flame, burned by the fire.
That's how she got to the... Because that's the way Cruise goes.
Oh, yeah.
She's a horrible singer.
She's a horrible person.
The mayor?
The
How
mayor's a
dare
horrible
you?
singer.
Oh, the mayor's a horrible person, but a great dancer.
You were that close to Colleen Justice Day. I think it was going to be Thursday.
At like 11:58.
At about 11:57.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a burger on Colleen Justice Day. It's going to be great.
Anyway, Chell is here. And are we going to be able to talk about the Tig wedding then this morning?
Yeah, for sure.
We won't give you a microphone, but...
No, he can just shout loud.
Oh,
Shout really
that
loud.
one always comes in quiet.
All right, and then we have...
Lloyd.
There's a young gal from Minnesota. She's 20 years old. She's only 3 feet tall. And there's a documentary out about her called Tiny Diva. It's going to be on TLC.
I call bullshit.
You want to bring out a
taller
tape
than
measure?
3 feet. Right.
She's coming in. And then, Chuck, we're going to talk security issues?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, security issues.
I have security. I'm very
I've
insecure.
been to your house. I could lean on your door.
Do you guys,
it would
do I
fall
look
open.
fat?
I have security issues. Colleen has security issues.
Oh my God.
It took me a second.
I feel
Chell
fat.
is very secure. That's why he evidently doesn't shower or shave before he comes in.
I gave Chell very specific instructions about this episode today. We won't talk about it on the air, but Chell, I'm still looking at you. I'm watching you. None of that.
I understand, Chuck. I hear you loud and clear.
Hey, so we got all that coming. Then some stuff happening overnight, some heartbreaks in the sports world for Minnesota. Tim Mahoney's going to be part of an event tonight. We'll talk about that. But first, let's get the show started, shall we?
Congratulations. You found the Twin Cities hit show.
Very well. Where do I begin?
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
You're lucky to be here.
Thank you, sir.
Reach for this one.
And now, a real hit show.
It's not often you get the opportunity to start over with a clean slate. This time, things will be different.
Live from the Twin Cities,
What are you looking at, big brother? Are you crazy?
it's the Twin Cities hit show.
If you really want to impress people, you need to show them you're a winner. I'm going to change who I am and become a winner. Now there's a guy who's going places.
Coming to you live from the Alive and Social Network studios.
What would I do without a friend like you?
And now, let's get this hit show started.
You blockhead!
Those were not the voices of trick-or-treaters. Those were the voices of the new Peanuts movie that's coming out. And Chuck, when I asked you to Google Peanuts, I was spelling peanuts.
There's
not
a T in
not the
Peanuts.
gay porn sites you found.
Oh, that explains some of the eating scenes I was seeing.
Oh, my God. Nuts at all. Yeah, the movie's coming out, and they have a whole new voice actors. And, of course, everyone knows Charles M. Schultz. he actually had his own day here, last week?
Yeah.
And the cast was in town, and we got to interview the cast, including Charles M. Schultz's son. We'll have that
He had a
coming
whole
up this
day.
week.
Did it start at 11:45?
His started in the morning.
Oh,
No, his started right
cool.
away in the morning.
It's a real day.
And it never dawned on me, but when you're watching those, old Charlie Brown images, Charlie Brown Christmas and Charlie Brown Halloween, those houses and such were Minnesota houses and territory and scenery. That was what Charles was sketching.
Yeah,
and,
I guess that makes sense.
So we'll have that later.
How are the voices? The old voices are just the best voices.
I know.
And then you could tell, like, when they would do other ones in the later 60s, 70s, they were getting a little weirder. But the original ones, you just can't beat them.
They fit perfectly.
They can't beat them. And do you remember when Charlie Brown the guy who did the voice as a kid, was in court maybe 2-3 years ago screaming at the judge?
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
Was he?
It wasn't as sweet. And the judge was like, wah, 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 wah.
This new voice of Charlie Brown, this kid, he's a pretty boy. I'm like, you look nothing like Charlie. He looks like a young Justin Bieber. Charlie Brown's supposed to be like me, a big giant head and stocky. And
Big giant. Never thought of that. You gotta do a big head, Rusty.
I should be Charlie Brown.
I don't want to see any of the people if they're doing voices. I prefer it just to be their voice.
This kid's gonna grow up to be like Zac Efron. Yeah, he's not Charlie Brown, but his voice is.
How old
good.
is he?
He was very young.
Oh,
He's
I shouldn't say
12.
anything. Okay.
He's 12.
All right, I'll keep.
How did Halloween go?
That's great, man. I hired a makeup artist, did my daughter and I up like Walking Dead characters.
She looked messed up.
Yeah, she did. Well, that was from the car crash on the way home.
That's what
all that candy.
That's what it looked like.
She started out as just a little girl in pajamas and turned into.
Great.
Did you go out, dress up?
I dressed up, but I stayed home. I do a big thing at my house, so
Yeah.
I get crazy decorations and people coming around and take pictures with it. And
Do you guys
scaring the
get
kids.
trick or treaters? Look at
I
that,
do.
Chuck's. If
It's
you go to his
pretty good.
Facebook,
I have Facebook. I don't mean to
it's
brag.
aggressive. Yeah. That's Pat Cheers. Do you guys get trick or treaters? You look like you're in a neighborhood where you, Chuck, get active trick or treating.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I ran out of candy. I'm like, sorry.
We did too, only because we ate it all leading up to the day.
Does that include beating
Where
up
did
the
the
kids?
Three Musketeers go? This is the third bag.
You know what else disappeared? My kids' candy. I ate
I
all
thought
that
you were going to
too.
say your
Oh, yeah.
kids.
No.
Oh,
No.
you got to take out the
kids.
neighbor kids. Like, you can bully them for sure.
Oh my goodness.
That's when I
I'm eating all
saw
of
someone knocked on our door, and so I opened the door, and there's a door on my front stoop.
Oh, that's cool.
In a frame, and it says, please knock. So you go up and you knock on the door, they open it like, they hand you candy. I'm like, this is it. They're going, three guys carrying
That's
this
awesome,
huge
actually.
frame door around. Yeah.
Wow.
awesome.
It sounds like
spectacular.
pedophile action.
Well, they hit on me.
Ew, no.
So
They've got some weird things going on then.
You know how many
Yeah.
trick or treaters we had in my new condo complex, and I was ready. Zero, not
Really?
one,
What?
zero.
Thanks.
It was very sad.
I have to see. We have long stairs to get up to our side door. We do the side door thing, and then we would watch through the glass door, and you'd see little kids at the bottom that didn't dare come all the way up because there's stuff
Yeah.
that'll jump out at you and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'd have to go. I had to pay attention and walk down the stairs and give them their candy because I'm not that mean.
Yeah.
But
No, I was mainly daddy taxi with two teenagers. I have to be to my party by 7 and picked up by 11. My party's on the other side of Minnetonka, and I have to be there at 6:30.
oh yeah,
And I'm like, great, I'm driving around.
I had an 8th grade
what I
party
did.
at my house on Friday.
I said, you kids need the new cruise app is what
Yeah.
you freaking need.
That is a good idea.
Are there security issues on Halloween, Chuck? We have you introduce our guest?
Yeah, Jill Lloyd.
Jill, lean into that microphone. Yeah. Is Halloween a dangerous night? Because you hear about, toilet paper and egging. That's the extent, right?
Well, there's always things that happen when homes are vacant, and you can see that somebody's not home because their lights are off and there's no candy being distributed.
I put when I was driving around my kids, I put the tray out on the table with the bowl. And
But I'll tell you what, or it could just be Chell because he just turns his lights off and doesn't give candy to the kids while he sits inside and drinks.
crawls from the couch.
And judges. Shitty costume, ass.
He wants to stay out of view, so he crawls on his belly to the refrigerator to get to the next beer, then crawls
He just
back.
lays by the refrigerator.
Or he does like that cop where you run and roll. Remember the cop who's arresting the
That was
at
me
the pool
for
party?
21 years. Yeah. Oh, that guy. Yeah. Yeah.
And he hits the ground, he rolls.
I thought you were saying Kevin James as the mall
Well, that
cop.
too. Yeah, does one of those. So there is criminal activity of burglary going on Halloween. I would think that'd be.
Well, there's a lot of activity, and actually when all that activity is happening in a neighborhood, there's some vulnerability because people really aren't paying attention.
It's a weird night, isn't it?
It's a really weird night.
Now, are you going to be able to this morning give us do's and don'ts on better protecting your house then?
I can give you do's and don'ts. I can give you ideas of what's new, what's happening.
All right. Well, sit tight for a second. First, we got to go over some stuff that has happened. Chuck, you're sweating.
I'm dripping over here. Yeah.
Why?
I'm nervous. You make me nervous.
Part of not having to run to the door, because once the kids were dropped off, I was able to come home, and I was watching that Gopher game on Halloween night. Did you hear about this game?
Yeah, well, you can't. I couldn't find it on broadcast TV, so I was following it online.
Big Ten Network. First of all, on Thursday, when the coach had to retire, did you hear his press conference at all?
I didn't.
It was heartbreaking.
Pretty sad.
Because evidently the epilepsy is becoming worse, not getting better, even though he hasn't had any sideline episodes for a while. We all assumed he was getting better, but in his private life, it was getting worse, and the doctors were like, dude, do you have a death wish? You got to stop.
Well, I'm wondering if seeing the coach from the Timberwolves die kind of gave him pause.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
He did say that. He did bring that up. Here's just how he started the press conference.
First of all, I want to thank, the state of Minnesota. The people here are tremendous people.
Yes,
You've been very good to
You're welcome.
my wife, my family, and made us feel like this is our home. The university administration.
Anyway, it's a 41-minute press conference, but
he talks so slow.
I
Yeah.
know that
Could have been a 5-minute.
He chokes. I'm sick and I quit.
we thank them all.
We get it.
Any
we get it. You're
questions?
sad.
It was sad. It was horrible. So the team had a reason to go win. They have never beat Michigan, or they haven't beat Michigan
know.
at home since 1977. And this game was fantastic, going right down to the end. Here's the last moments, and they messed up the clock. They
bad
had the
play
game
call.
in hand anyway.
Leidner, pump fakes, wants it all, goes to the corner, got it!
19 seconds left. Wait, what?
The receiver caught the pass, but was down short of the goal line. It will be Minnesota's ball, first and goal at the 1.5-yard line.
19 seconds left.
16, 15.
What are you doing?
Now they shift.
Throw the ball.
Going to the gun with 10. 9, 8, gotta hustle.
What are you doing?
Rolls to throw, he's in trouble. Lobs it incomplete, and there's only 2 seconds left in the game.
Okay, idiots, there's still a chance.
Knew that they were winding the clock.
Okay, let's win this thing,
Leidner under
Gophers.
center.
Do it for the coach.
Full house.
Here we
behind
go.
him. He'll try to do it himself.
Yes!
Did he get there?
No.
No signal, no touchdown. Michigan has won it.
Tracy Claeys. Did you read what he said? So typically Tracy
Did he say
Claeys.
I quit?
He goes, well, I just think you just got to go for it or don't go for it. So I went for it, and that's how Jerry would want it.
It's true. I mean, okay, I get it. Go for it. Yeah, it's a big game, Little Brown Jug. It's Michigan.
Yeah.
But that first play where there was 19 seconds and they're
was
like
that?
doing movement and
Yeah, was it? Did they start the clock? Was there?
Yep.
It was so everything was legit. They
Yep.
didn't, okay. I
They
thought
started the clock as
so
soon as it was
refs
set, and I think the quarterback and the Gophers thought that started on the snap. No. The clock is going,
Right,
dudes.
right.
Yeah.
Stop your movement. You could have run that play and then run another play.
And he should have done a field goal because they could have tied the game and then
Gone into overtime. Could have gone into overtime.
They went for it and didn't get it.
They went for the. Oh my God!
I know.
I was screaming it and upset no one because I was all alone and there were no trick or treaters. Joe, you should have come over.
You were sitting there in your Batman costume, screaming at the TV. Sexy Batman.
My black makeup was
Pantless Batman.
down.
Pantless Batman.
I'd had so much candy. Because I have the sexy Batman. It's a midi, so my gut was getting bigger. And it was very sad. I'll text you photos later.
You are really full of yourself today.
I will text you photos later. But at least the Vikings won, right? At least the Vikings knew how to do it.
I didn't watch it.
I
I will
called
not
this.
watch it. I want to talk about it.
I
It's
predicted
not.
the Vikings by 3, and they won by 3.
They beat the Bears. The Bears suck.
And the coach was very happy, too.
I don't like to name names after a fucking game, but we can't be responsible for the blocking. We can't be responsible for the fucking guys jumping offside.
Jesus,
We can't
Coach,
be
you won.
responsible for- We get down there and
Did someone
done
lose their
play
shoe?
by Anderson. I love Anderson.
Yes.
But it was a dumb fucking play when his foot was, shoe was coming off.
Oh,
Bill Isker, we were hard to take time out.
You can't please this guy. This coach of ours, I swear. Anyway, the Vikings won. Yes, they beat the Bears.
You should have played the Coach Dennis Green with the Bears.
They are
Bears
who we
who thought they were.
They are who they say we are. Tonight, Tim Mahoney's going to be part of the Timberwolves. Have won 2 on the road to open their season. They come home tonight. Of course, Flip Song.
When Saunders was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma in June, doctors initially called it a very treatable and curable form of cancer. But he had to step away in September when he was hospitalized due to complications from his chemotherapy. Though his family kept things largely private, reports began to surface that his health was declining. The Wolves announced at 1 this afternoon that Saunders had passed away.
Yeah, that was the other thing. The thought was, okay, it's 90%
Well, that's
curable.
the Hodgkin's. It's one's good and one's bad. Non-Hodgkin's and Hodgkin's. I don't know which one is which.
Supposedly,
he got the good one.
He supposedly had the good one. And
congratulations, you have good cancer.
Well, I mean, if you're going to get one of those, and then I think, but that's the thing with cancer in general. They break down your immune system, and some people die from the treatment.
Tim Mahoney will be singing a tribute to Flip. You heard the story, right?
On what?
When he
in The Voice.
On The Voice, yeah.
Listen to her.
It's Tim Mahoney. Adam Levine thought he was a girl.
Yeah.
So our friend Tim Mahoney will be part of a Flip Saunders tribute to start the game tonight. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Is he wearing a dress?
My Batman. I'm going to squeeze back into my sexy Batman outfit.
He will be back here someday. You will have to answer to that comment.
Bring it.
Which, evidently, Halloween ends at midnight and Christmas starts at 12:01.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
we put our tree up.
Get with it, people. Chucky, have you ever had problems with Uber passengers?
No.
Have you heard about the guy in California?
Can someone get him a towel?
I have a sweat towel in my car. I left it out there.
You're like Whitney Houston over here. She's sweating.
It is.
My goodness.
Don't talk about it. It gets worse.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I've had really good people.
This guy in this Uber driver in California got the crap beat out of him. The guy was too drunk to give him directions, and he hadn't programmed it into his phone. So he said, "I'm going to drop you off," and the guy started beating the heck out of him.
Nice.
And in this Uber driver, he's had shitty drunk passengers, so he bought a GoPro or whatever to record it. Here's what happened.
Dude, you got to give me directions.
Why did I have to give you directions?
Because
my address in the phone.
No, you didn't. You refused to.
The Uber passenger becomes belligerent. Then the video seems to show him falling over in the back seat.
The guy collapses.
You're too drunk to give me directions, man.
No, I'm not too.
I'm kicking you out.
I'm giving you the directions right now.
Nope, that's it. The next thing I know, I've just got, fists flying at my face, and, I reach for the pepper spray.
The man swears and pummels Caban, yanking his hair.
Punching
A
him
law
from the
enforcement
back seat.
official told our Los Angeles station, KCBS, that the passenger, 32-year-old Benjamin
Listen to
Golden,
this.
is a senior marketing manager for Taco Bell.
Not anymore.
The only way that I felt I was going to get him to stop beating me was to incapacitate him, was to use some kind of self-defense. I don't believe he would have stopped.
Caban has a camera in his car because he says he's faced unruly passengers before and uses the footage as evidence.
Safety is a big concern in the driver community, and I wanted to show other drivers what happens.
Unlike some taxis, there's no partition between the driver and the
You need a cruise.
Yeah.
What's the worst you've had?
I get a lot of girls that I call the Britneys, and that's about. They get it. Oh my God! They slam the door. I had such a night. She was such a.
Oh my God! Look at our driver sweating. It's
Yeah.
so gross.
Don't touch me. He's sweating.
Yeah,
Gross.
look at it.
Get another Uber.
It smells like sweat and hair. Why?
That's not sweat.
Do you have Ebola? You really should not have come into work today if you're
I'm
contagious.
a little worried. I should have not have French kissed Chell.
Did you go to a Chipotle?
Taco Bell. They have great marketing.
Did you hear about Chipotle?
No.
Yeah. Huh?
This morning, Chipotle is keeping dozens of its restaurants in the Pacific Northwest closed after an E. coli outbreak. There are 22 reported cases, 19 in Washington state and 3 in Oregon. 8 people are hospitalized. Chipotle closed 43 locations, but all the victims ate at the chain's restaurants.
You need a doctor.
Call 911. It's all done for me.
What is wrong
I have to
with
go
you?
on TV after this.
What is wrong
My
with
hair's
you?
going to be messed up. I don't know. I'm
Your
gonna be
hair's
sweaty.
going to be a disaster.
You're
after
not
this.
supposed to take more than 4 Viagra. What's going on?
The table is leaning heavily up.
Oh, don't flatter yourself.
Is that a roll of certs, or are you just happy to be here?
Certs. Let's go Velements. I love certs. They don't even sell certs anymore.
I don't even know what those
You don't
are.
know Velements?
They're
No,
square.
Velements? Oh.
Yeah.
Are they square?
Yeah, they're like square certs from the 70s.
Are we still talking about the mints or me? Because square gets a little weird.
All right, well, let's talk about security, shall we? There's
shall
no
we?
easy way to segue into this.
Yeah, we brought a guest in, for God's sake.
What's the biggest mistake people make as a homeowner in being unsecure? First, don't answer the door if the dude's sweating like
The creepy dude at the door.
It's damn roid rage. I'll admit
Do
you.
a lot of houses have eye holes, peepholes? I know
Peepholes?
you have those in hotel rooms, but not so much residential, right?
Not so much residential. It's highly recommended.
It
Just
is-
like,
I
just
wish
like
they-
locking
why
doors.
don't they do 2 holes? I think there always should be 2 holes in a door.
Not
so
a-
you can look through it.
Oh, both eyes?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the people
And
in
then
a
you
glory
close
hole.
one.
I'm like, where do you
What
go?
happens?
Hello.
Yeah, poor Jill's not going to be able to promote a second of this for her business. All they do is swear and talk about penises.
His eye hole in the door is really low. Why is it so low?
What are they looking at?
And we have Jill from Boyd Security, because we're not going to mention Lloyd anymore. Poor thing.
You're from people residential. We'll put some distance between these images, because you don't see residential doors with that, but you would say yes, do a people.
Yes, do a people.
What
or
else?
a camera. Put a
Or a
camera at your
Camera's
front door.
got to be huge.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's becoming more and more popular, right? Your smartphone somehow you can hook into your security. How does that work?
Absolutely.
What is-
So, video, both interior and exterior, is getting really popular, right? People like to check in on their kids and check in on their nannies and babysitters and see what they're
Yeah.
up to, right?
and
Kinda-
pugs.
Yep, that too. And or have a camera at the front door, perimeter, that type of thing, so you can see remotely. Doorbell rings, you can look on your camera who's at your door. Don't even need a peephole.
Yeah.
Oh, good point.
Has it become more affordable? Because originally I'm like, well, that's just crazy. I can't afford that stuff.
It's really affordable.
Really?
Yeah, it's really affordable. So, basic burglar alarm protection is usually $1 a day. And
Oh, wow.
maybe $100
Seriously?
or $200 for installation. Yeah, really inexpensive. And
Oh,
then you
man.
can get, hip, cool, and groovy, and you can get all the smart home features and the locks and the thermostats and the garage door openers and pet tracking and all of that.
But that goes up from the
It
$1
goes-
a day.
It goes up.
Okay.
But it might top out at $50 a month.
And then do you notify your insurance company and
Yeah.
say, look what I've done? And then they lower their rate, or they go, big deal.
Oh, no, they go absolutely. You usually get 10 to 15% off and then another 5% for monitored fire.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then as far as landscaping, aren't there simple things you should be doing as well? Like, I really love these giant hedges that someone can hide behind.
Yeah, that cover my front windows so people can slide right through them. Yeah, absolutely. You want to keep your shrubs cut down, right, so people can't hide behind your house and move around easily. It's always a good plan.
I'm such an idiot. I think I leave doors open all the time.
I was gonna
I
say,
do.
Do you
Yeah.
lock your door?
Wait, I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
ever.
yes, my door is
Always locked
severely, in fact, booby-trapped, actually.
Yeah.
And then get online and tell everybody, I don't lock my door.
When I lived in Deep Haven, Minnetonka area, the door was always open, never locked. Never had an issue.
In the fancy area?
No, yeah.
So now we are so smart on technology that if you drive away from your house, you get a half mile away, we'll send you a text to say, you have not locked your door and you have not armed your alarm. Would you
Ooh.
like to do it?
Hello.
And then you can do it from your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, technology.
So
I love it.
You don't need a landline anymore.
Don't need a landline anymore.
And then
I
you
always
say, you appear to be headed to the liquor store again. Why are you doing this?
this is none of my business.
Yeah, you could integrate it with your interlock, and then I like that.
Does your wife know where you're going?
Oh, there is a really cool feature on that where
Oh boy, no, I don't. No.
Yeah.
you can tell on the app, regardless if the system is armed or disarmed, what time a door is opened or closed.
See,
So, if someone came in at 2
Uh-huh.
a.m. or 3 a.m. and they said, I got home earlier, you would have documentation.
Sure.
Nice.
Teenagers.
Yeah.
Jill, what's your background? I mean, what got you into this?
So 25 years ago, my first job out of college was Honeywell Protection Services, right?
right
So I
on.
started there and held a couple different positions within the electronic technology division of security, moved to Chicago, ran a security company down there. And then when Honeywell exited the Metro Twin Cities market, that's when I launched Lloyd Security. I just felt it was a perfect time to have a local provider.
Mm-hmm. And the odds are, I'm guessing, that it does work because most burglars don't want to screw around with it. This isn't Ocean's 11, people circumventing alarm systems. The moment they hear a beep, they run.
Yeah.
Lasers.
MacGyver-ish. So we can take it all the way, right? So as crazy and wild as you want to get, or as basic as you want to get, right? So
we're talking home security?
We're talking home security.
Okay, I'm heavily married. Please.
Yeah.
Now I'm sweating.
Sorry. I have technology.
Yes. So who would, I'm guessing if you have more at stake, $1 million home or such, those are the people who do the whiz-bang stuff? Because if you got a double wide, you're like,
you just put an 82
Can
sign
I just have
in your
the
yard.
sign?
Exactly. I've got the sign. I've got a decal. Does that count?
Protected by
I
Smith
bet you
and
that
Wesson.
does work for some people, just to have that sign.
Fake cameras
They're
glued up in
like,
the
I don't-
corner.
Yeah, glued up in the corner. No wires even go into it. You're not fooling me.
That's a shoebox with a hole cut out. That's not
Fisher
even a
Price
camera.
does security?
So it's all about layers of deterrence, right? So the decals and the signs and the things that you can see on the perimeter and just all the things that you can do to, prevent it from happening early.
What is the temperature of the water these days? Are there more issues with home burglary, or where are we at?
So
of course you're going to say, yes, it's an epidemic.
Of course. So statistically, we show a break-in happens every 15 seconds nationwide.
What?
Yep. Most of them happen during the day when you're at work and when you have a very predictable schedule, right? So technology actually makes it easier to break into your house because you can have one person on a phone following you to the coffee store to work to make sure that you're gone and another person in your house.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, we're more vulnerable because technology makes us more vulnerable. Crime is up, obviously. And so we just have to be a little smarter about how we protect ourselves.
I used to run our crime prevention unit. That was my job. And I always talked about alarm systems. You do all these neighborhood watch meetings and talk about alarm systems. And my thing was, you know what? You absolutely can't prevent someone from breaking into a house, but every step you take that gets in the way makes them want to go somewhere else. So when you talk about the layers of deterrence, the signs, and actually having an alarm system, they're going to go to your neighbors. Yay!
Yeah,
I don't like my neighbors anyway, so it's fine.
They're overrated.
Yeah.
They say 87% less likely to be broken into if you have a monitored alarm system. And what's really cool is over all these years, everything's kind of transitioned from just burglary to now we integrate fire protection. We can track your pet, open and close your garage doors, light control, lock control, video. All those things can be now integrated into one app.
And when you say we, you mean the person who has ownership, or you can do it from your business?
We can do it from our business.
This guy hasn't paid. I'm going to open his garage door.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah. You're behind in your payment.
I'm
opening and closing your doors.
I had a garage door opener that would open a neighbor's
the
garage,
neighbors.
and it was so fun.
It was so fun. Take that, Mrs. Johnson.
I didn't like you anyway.
I always thought, if I was going to do this, I would do it in daylight, and I'd show up with a big moving van. And then just start moving the crap out.
Be really
You'd be
confident
like,
going in. Like, I belong here.
Wear bib overalls.
You'd be so surprised, though. We'd get these calls like the next day. Yesterday I saw some suspicious people in my neighbor's yard, and today we saw a TV in their backyard. We thought maybe you might want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been helpful like when it was happening, because like a day later, the TV that they dropped yesterday when they were doing the burglary, that doesn't help us.
Yeah.
People are like afraid to call 911. I didn't think it was really an emergency.
Right.
Since someone's breaking into your neighbor's house.
You can't depend on your neighbors.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn neighbors.
You've met my neighbors, clearly. Yeah.
How quick can something be up and running? I mean, say we've inspired someone right now. Can they be fully secured?
Tomorrow.
Really? It's that fast?
We can get it in a day usually. It depends on how video
Elaborate.
takes longer, depending on the wires, but a real basic system up and running post an event is a day.
What do you do for monitor? Is it local?
Okay.
Okay.
Triple redundant, local.
Okay. Got to go triple redundant. Everything's triple redundant these days, guys.
Well, you never know
That
when
sounds
something
redundant.
can happen.
Yeah.
So that means what? If you get a power outage, you got a generator that'll fire up?
Yeah. So, for example, there's a location in St. Paul, backed up in New York, and backed up in Connecticut.
wow.
So,
Oh, wow. Okay.
way back when the brownout happened in New York, that central station went down in Connecticut and St. Paul were able to pick it up.
I see.
Right. So you're able to handle any kind of weird natural disaster.
Yeah, triple redundant. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
I didn't know what you were talking about.
ULFM approved.
Oh, nice.
How often does it happen when you're seeing the burglar on camera and you're like, it's going down right now.
It's becoming more and more common because people have more video, right? So there's different ways to do it where you can have just like a little peek in, and you can have streaming video. We actually have a product that's for general contractors, specifically for copper theft, right? So job site security, the apprehension rate is over 80%. Yeah. So it's video verified, event in progress, over 80% of the time.
And you mentioned copper theft? Mm-hmm. What is that? That's a thing?
Copper theft is a thing.
Yeah, it is a big
so
thing on like construction sites.
Yeah, they'll empty out.
Okay, get this.
I've heard of it, but explain it to me again. They use the copper to do what?
Recycling. Big money. One day our police radio was not working. We could not figure out why. Someone broke into our police radio tower, which was off-site, and stole all the copper, and the radio system didn't work anymore.
Shell.
They'll do that in substations.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Right. Electrical power plants, substations. And there's lots of copper, but lots of risk, and people get injured and die all the time from going in there and trying to steal copper. During all the housing foreclosures, a lot of those houses were getting emptied.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Mm-hmm. But typically it's just they want the PlayStation or the TV or the whatever, right? What's the hot item or the number or jewelry?
In an occupied home.
Mine is safe, by the way. All my good stuff is in the underwear drawer. No one will ever.
You already said that in another show. You did.
That is brilliant. No one else has ever thought of that.
And then some other stuff's under the bed, but no one would ever.
Where did you ever come up with that?
Well, I'm pretty brilliant.
6324 Woodlawn.
Is there cash in the mattress too?
No, that's stupid.
Predictable. So predictable.
Yeah. So, obviously small carryable items, right? So they go in, they go to the master bedroom, they grab the pillowcase. Everyone's always missing their pillowcase after a break-in, and they just start throwing everything in: jewelry, cash, iPads, all that type of stuff.
Well, enjoy the bed bugs.
Just for you.
By the way, if you want it, there is a signed photo from my KSTP days next to my highlight DVD. It's downstairs in the family room.
Did you know that Steve Levitan? Have you watched Modern Family?
Everything was taken except that's just sitting there perfectly, not even knocked over.
Not interested. All right, so how can people get a hold of you? We're going to link up your information on our website and our Facebook, but tell us how they can reach you.
They can call us direct at 612-874-9295, or they can go to our website, LloydSecurity.com.
My middle name is Lloyd.
Oh, God.
Where does Lloyd come from?
Wales.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I see
Good
it.
to know.
Yeah.
I've seen them both of you now. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think we need to fire up the cameras at Chuck's house and see what he's up to.
Ugh. Are you kidding me? What's wrong with you?
This is roids. Clearly, I'm using roids. Have you seen me lately?
I'm so not letting my mother listen to this.
Thank you for coming in, though. We enjoyed it. Coming up next, we're going to talk to Hannah. She's a big star of a documentary called Tiny Diva. She's just outside the door. We're going to meet her and find out all about her. That's coming up.
The Twin Cities Hit Show. We'll be right back.
Third Street Brewhouse, built on a perfect site in Cold Spring, Minnesota, combining the state-of-the-art brewing facility with exceptional water. Hello, did we mention Cold Spring, Minnesota? They have a dream team of world-class brewers, resulting in unprecedented crafted beers. The core styles of Bitter Black IPA, Lost Trout Brown Ale, and Rise to the Top Cream Ale are intriguing yet satisfying. And look forward to seasonal and specialty beers. Nothing fancy, no fuss. It's all about the beer at 3rd Street Brewhouse. MacMen. Don't let your computer problems drive you mad. We are MacMen, Minnesota's premier tech consultants and problem solvers for Macs, mobile devices, troubleshooting, training, and much more. No more dragging your computer all over town because we come to you. We love making house calls to your home or small business. MacMen. Call 612-345-8005.
The Rusty Gatenby Review is the entertaining show about entertainment from movies, music, and more. Award-winning TV guy Rusty Gatenby and his review is the podcast with the biggest cast in entertainment. Part of the Alive and Social Network. You can get that Minnesota connection to Hollywood and beyond any time of the day or night simply by clicking on the RustyGatenbyReview.com. That's the RustyGatenbyReview.com. Part of the Alive and Social Network.
Introducing the Twin Cities' newest transportation app, Cruise. C-R-U-Z, with no surge pricing ever.
Cruise to that brewery.
Cruise to that concert.
Cruise to that ball game.
Cruise home from that party.
I like Tom Cruise.
No kidding. I do. Sensing a pattern? Cruise. That's C-R-U-Z, the new app that saves you money with no surge pricing ever. Book in advance and save even more with Cruise. Download the Cruise app. Follow him on Twitter @Time2Cruise to get weekly ride discounts.
Whenever you booze, use Cruise.
Download Cruise right now on iOS or Android.
You're listening to the Twin Cities Hit Show. Say it 3 times fast. We just dare you.
Baby, what you doing now? You're pissing me off. But your hair is so luxurious.
All right, so lots of activity going on here in the studio. First of all, Chella's trying to wedge the window open so Chuck doesn't melt any further. Is that working?
No. What can you put? Find
And then Hannah's come in, but she's brought her own special headset, so we're trying to get her adapter so she can hear what we're talking about. Was Jackie out there looking for it?
Why is Chuck in the closet?
I'm just gonna
Yeah, push.
shut the door on Chuck. Well, what can we do here? Can first of all, hi Hannah. Can you hear us even without the headset?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing really to listen to. So you're from Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And how old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
Wow. So next year you'll be legal.
Yeah.
And tell me about they're making a documentary about your life, or they've already made the documentary. Is that right? And it's called Tiny Diva. Have you seen it?
It's called Looking for Love.
Looking for Love. Okay, what was that? The second one. There's another one coming out. So for people, because this is radio, you have what is called a condition, primordial
Yep.
dwarfism. So what does that mean? Because it's very rare, I guess. There's only 100 or more that have this.
I thought there was 20.
Oh, is that it?
I thought there was only 20 of my type.
Wow. Because how is that different from other people, short people, little people? How is it different? What makes you different? Besides being a great dancer.
I don't know, I'm just short.
There you go.
Stupid question, Rusty.
Stupid question. So tell us about your life, because you're awfully busy. What have you been doing so far?
Going to school?
Yeah. And dance classes?
That's actually tonight. I have it tonight every Monday.
What kind of dance do you do?
I like hip hop the most.
Yeah. So it's you go to a dance school, and is it like a group of people? Or is it just kind of like a fun thing that you do by yourself?
We do recitals.
Okay, yeah.
And since I already graduated from high school,
Okay.
to like that, I get to go there again because the person who owns that place now, she taught me how to do tap and jazz.
Okay.
And so I get to go there longer than most of them.
Sure.
Nice. And you've been in plays, right? That toured. You've been around the nation, or tell us about that. Ibsen's Dollhouse.
Yep. It's an adult show.
What?
It's a what kind of a show?
Adult, like older people.
Yeah, it's not a kid show, right?
Yeah, but some kids go there for some reason.
Because it's got Dollhouse in the title, and they're like, oh yeah. So what was where did you go for that? What was that production?
It was about how the men were small and the women were
Big.
taller.
Okay. And where was that performed? Where did you go with
Oh,
it?
we've been all over the world.
Really? Like where? Wisconsin.
I think we went to New York.
Okay.
We went to Madrid twice.
Really?
Went to Scotland, Australia. My mom knows more.
Yeah.
I don't know all the places that
So
I've been.
you're a dancer and an actress, and now a TV personality.
Uh-huh.
No, jeez. Well, fine. And then did I hear that Cirque du Soleil actually saw you perform as well, or someone with Cirque du Soleil? Are they?
I don't know if I want to do that.
Oh.
I love how she's got so many options that she doesn't even know the big things that are
Yeah.
coming at her way. Like, I don't know, maybe they do.
You know, Rusty and I can't get jobs at McDonald's. You're pretty much rubbing that in right now.
But there was some interest from Cirque du Soleil, and you're just not sure if you want to do it.
Well, my friend Brad tried out,
Oh, okay.
and I don't know if he got in or not, but
And you're like, I don't need you, Cirque du Soleil.
I don't know if I want to do that.
Well, don't you have to be like a tumbler to do that? Isn't
Well, there was these older little older people
Uh-huh.
that were, smaller.
Uh-huh.
And so they were going to have new people.
Sure.
And they wanted us. And now I don't know I'm not quite sure if I want to do that now.
Right.
Why? Why don't you want to do it?
I'm scared of heights.
Yeah, well,
There
me
you
too.
go.
Yeah, me too. So you grew up in Hugo, or where did you grow up?
In Hugo.
Hugo, Minnesota. What was that like growing up, being someone with primordial dwarfism?
I actually was adopted.
Okay. How old were you when you were adopted?
Not even 2 months old.
Ah, so you remember that like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing a show, and I'm not sure if it was on TLC, but it probably was. They followed a little girl that had the primordial dwarfism named Kennedy.
Yep.
Okay.
I also know her.
You know her? Okay. So it is like a small community because there's a lot of connections going on. But she at the time, I think, was maybe starting kindergarten or preschool. And she was so tiny that they needed to have someone with her, an adult, just because of how kids play and the frequent getting hurt would be very easy. Did you have a parent or an aide come with you when you were really little? Because when your peers are so little and they're kind of spazzy, the chances of you getting hurt were probably pretty high. No?
I don't know.
You didn't have anyone with you? You just kind of went to school on your own?
That's crazy talk.
Probably. I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know.
Was it, we hear about, how some people can be bullies. Did that ever happen for you growing up? Were people unkind?
I never got bullied.
Good. Good. Well, good job, Hugo, Minnesota. When did you realize that, I'm different?
Probably never.
Yeah,
I
good.
felt like I was different.
Yeah, good. Excellent. Nothing's really slowed you down.
Right.
You, what school are you in? What are you studying?
I'm at Transition Plus. It's going into college.
Oh, okay. What do you want to study? What do you want to?
I have a couple choices. I want to do hair, like my sister does.
Oh, okay. Beauty school.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I want to be a veterinarian.
So do you do your own makeup?
Yeah.
Because your makeup looks
And
really
I
good.
pretty much draw all the time.
Do
I
you?
have a really good draw, yeah.
Your makeup is right on. It is. She's got good eye makeup right now. I noticed it. I know.
Can you do anything for sweat?
Look, can you do anything for Chuck in general? He's going to be on TV after this.
Yeah,
It's really gross.
I'm just going to cancel.
It's HD, too.
It's HD.
Yeah. Hannah's like, no.
I'm sorry, I'm not magic. I am not God.
I'm developing blackheads right in front of all of you. It's beautiful.
What's the TLC documentary like? The show. What do we see? Your story.
Probably after, like, going into college, I think.
Okay.
So it's called Looking for Love. Does that mean it's you looking for...
No.
No, okay.
No, some reason we had a different name, and then apparently we stole it.
Oh.
And then they have to give us a different name. And I didn't like the name, and it wasn't supposed to be that.
Oh, a lot of pressure.
Television.
It's supposed to be about me, and you're supposed to learn about what kind of type I am.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it had nothing to do with that.
Okay. But it's like this. I was talking about the special earlier. They have like this like connection, like through the internet, being able to connect with other people that have the same primordial dwarfism. And as far as like having relationships as they get older and dating, is that something that you're interested in yet, or not? You're just too busy with school and all your prospects and work.
I'm focused on school right now.
Smart girl.
So you were at the red carpet the other night, though. Twin Cities Film Festival. What was that?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was
Do are you wanting to be a star?
I want to be an actor.
You do. Okay, good. Well, you were already in the play and been all over the world.
What was your part in the play?
I originally was a boy.
Uh-huh.
The boy.
Uh-huh.
And then they had auditioned these other girls that were taller to play the girls.
Uh-huh.
And they spread job. But then now I play the girl.
Okay.
So there's no boy anymore. And then they have a fake baby.
You played the fake baby?
No, they have a fake baby
Oh.
that pretends to cry.
Oh, okay.
We have a real baby. Chuck, what's your question? Never mind.
Shut up. I'm too busy sweating. I have no idea.
Kidding.
Well, it's so cool to meet you. So how can we help out your career? What do we need to do here as Minnesotans listening?
Wait a minute. What can she do to help our careers?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
are we? She has more connections
Yeah.
than anybody here.
Did you say they're currently doing another documentary on you?
Mm-hmm.
So there will be two of them now?
No, I think it's the same. No. Is it the same one? Yeah, I think it is the same one.
It's the same group of people,
Oh.
and they're coming in. You can go ahead and tell them, Hannah. They're coming in November.
They're
Well,
coming November.
Oh.
Be like around.
They're going to shoot more about you. They're fascinated by your... All right. Do you mind having cameras follow you around like that?
I mean, it's fine. I mean, yeah, I was getting your face a lot.
Yes.
But I mean, I don't mind it. It's just that if you tell me what to do, I don't always follow directions right.
Ah.
Because you don't want to?
Because I don't want to.
So what? How did you get into it? So did you like apply or submit somewhere? Or did someone find you and say we want to do a documentary?
One of my friends was doing a documentary here.
Okay.
And so they liked me, and so they did a documentary.
So you kind of are a diva.
But I had other
exactly.
documentaries also.
Yeah. But you don't do it. You don't follow direction, and you do what you want. You kind of have a
I
little
don't
bit of a.
always like what they always like want me to do.
Yeah.
So sometimes I get fussy.
Yeah.
Huh. Do it. I like it. Do what you want to do, I mean. Awesome.
You don't want to do it, you shouldn't make them do it.
Like, what do they
Right.
ask you to do that you don't want to do?
Well, this one part, they wanted me to do this cheerleading thing.
Uh-huh.
Because I used to be a cheerleader.
Uh-huh. Were you a top of the pyramid, right? Were you a top?
No, I was one of the flyers.
Really? Oh, I suppose.
I'm sure.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, I broke my kneecap in 8th
It's
grade.
one of the most dangerous sports. They talk about football and concussions. Cheerleading is.
She broke
far
her
more.
kneecap in 8th
I
grade.
broke my kneecap in 8th grade.
Oh, my goodness.
Because she had a cold, and somehow I twisted it as I fell, and then I found out that I broke it the next day.
Ouch.
You're hardcore.
So this was at Hugo Schools. You were a cheerleader?
My sister was a cheerleader, and then I followed her.
Right.
Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah, and I was a cheerleader.
That has to be super. Were your parents nervous about you being a flyer in cheerleading?
I did gymnastics when I was 4.
Are you good? Can you tumble?
I had back surgery. I
Okay.
had scoliosis.
Okay.
Because some of my types have
Sure.
scoliosis and a what do I have on my head? I have a
Fancy set of headphones.
no, I meant I have an aneurysm in my brain.
Oh, boy.
That they're monitoring?
Yeah.
So you have
I have to check
but
it every month.
they would have to, I would think, train the girls that are throwing you, though, because I think you're just so. I mean,
But
you
that's
can't
why you
wait.
have practice, because I mean, we had 2 girls. They were sisters.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, I mean, they practice. And even if you fall, you go right back up.
There you go.
So you're 3 foot 3 inches tall.
39 inches?
Is that right?
I just say I'm 39 inches. That's all I know.
And when you dream, do you ever have dreams that you're as tall, or that you're taller?
I want to be taller. I have dreamed that.
Well,
I mean,
what's your height that you'd want to be if you could give yourself extra inches?
5'10".
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Go for
You're not
it,
messing around. How much did you weigh at birth?
Probably 5.
5 pounds?
Well, no, probably 2 pounds.
Okay. I was going to say 5 pounds. That's a pretty good size.
Well, I got her resume sent to me, and I know you're not supposed to say, but according to the resume, you weigh 35 pounds right now. You look perfect.
Oh.
Can you give me tips for keeping the weight off me? You've stayed in shape.
The reason I asked...
I do dance.
She does dance.
Yeah. Okay, so I
She's
need
got
to dance
lessons
more.
tonight.
Good.
The reason
More
I ask
dance.
about dreams, because Christopher Reeve, he was paralyzed for all those many years, but he said in his dreams he would be walking. So I just wondered if you ever had dreams that you were taller, you know, at night when you're asleep. Do you dream that Hannah is 5'10"?
I dream in black and white, though.
You do? Oh, very logical person here. Everything's black and
I
white.
don't dream in color.
So with clothing, how do you find age appropriate things? Do you have to have everything tailored, or do you have it special made?
We usually go sometimes to Target.
Uh-huh.
And we find shirts kind of like
Oh, she's showing us her blue fancy shirt.
Right.
supposed to be.
There you go.
It's got some sparkles
You know,
on it.
I now that I'm thinking, because I've always struggled with girls trying to find age appropriate things for
really
them.
not that hard.
But I would always complain that the younger girl stuff looked like it should be for older girls, so that works in your favor.
Yeah, she's 20.
Right. Right. Well, that's what I always saying. Like, I
Yeah.
wanted something more little girl looking, and everything looked older girl looking.
Right.
So
They're
there you
dressing
go.
their 5-year-olds like a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Whereas
So it
Hannah's
works out.
like, I
Perfect.
am 20.
Perfect.
Give me that.
It's cute.
Sweet. It's very cute. All right. So they're going to start shooting the next. More of your story coming up in November, and then we'll look for it on TLC. Is that where it's headed?
Mm-hmm.
And then the entire world will be seeing your story again.
Yep.
And then you'll say, when the cameras are rolling, you'll go, by the way, shout out to Rusty.
He wants to get into TV again.
Yeah.
But you can be on my show. I'm going to have my own show next year, so I'll have you on if you'd like.
Sure.
Whatever. Okay. What's on
Damn, you guys.
what's on your agenda today? What do you do when you leave here? Where do you go?
I usually have school every day.
Ah.
I usually have school here, like school right now, but since I'm here, I
Yeah.
can't.
Oh, you're skipping school.
Do I need to sign a note?
No, my dad and my mom called them.
Okay. Oh, good. Well, it was sure fun to meet you, and good luck with everything. And let's talk again when they're done shooting your story. All right?
Okay.
Remember us when you're famous.
Yeah, yeah.
I will.
All right. Hannah, and say your name correctly. How do you say Kritzeck?
What?
What's your last name?
Obviously that
Kritzeck.
wasn't right.
Say it. No, say it again.
Kritzeck.
Kritzeck. I was close.
Not really.
Closer than usual. I'll give you that.
At school I had a teacher that his name is Mr. Kritz. Grits.
Yep.
And so I put the grit. You just say the grits, and then you just put crits.
Gotcha.
You and Chell would have lots to talk about.
I do talk a lot.
No, it was good. It was nice. Well, thanks for coming in. And
Yeah,
speaking of
thanks for having me.
Chell, we're going to talk to Chell now. Thanks. Nice to meet you guys.
Make sure you sign the poster.
Yeah. Oh, there's a poster.
We have a little
there
poster
for-
in here. We're gonna have her sign.
We've been talking forever about this wedding that you went to, Chuck.
Oh, the build-up. The build-up.
Yeah.
And Halloween got in the way, and before we run out of time, Tig's wedding was where?
Tig's wedding was in Mississippi, so it was Gulfport is where I flew in, right on the coast. So this is Tig Notaro, the comedian. I don't know if everyone's familiar with her. If she's a household name, she's getting there. She's close, but a good friend of mine I met here in Minneapolis when she was performing at Knuckleheads about 12 years ago, 10 years ago. So yeah, it was a weddings are just kind of always dull, I think. Boring.
And hers?
It was fantastic.
Oh, really?
It was incredible.
So it was different.
Right in the ocean, it was a destination wedding. So I think that makes a difference when everyone is there because they want to make the effort to be there. Plus, there's some celebrities, which was pretty interesting.
Like who? Come on, who? Give us some gossip.
There was a moment when I was talking. It was me, Sarah Silverman, and Alicia Silverstone.
All three hacks.
Who?
I love Sarah
No.
Silverman. I love her.
Yeah, she's very charming, sweet girl.
Yeah.
What did you talk to her about? Did she whip out the pot and do one-hitters?
No, she did not. Not when I was talking to her. I met her. She does that quite a bit, though. I met her when I was living in L.A. with Tig, and she kind of came over to the house, and then I made her a mixed CD because I'm romantic like that, and she told me that
You made Sarah Silverman a mixed CD?
Yeah. Well, we were talking about music and stuff,
Oh.
and so I had asked her if she'd known any of these bands, and she said she didn't. So I made her. It was her birthday. I think a couple weeks later, so I went to her birthday party and gave her a CD, like we're in 8th grade.
Okay, and then what happened?
And they slow danced.
Yeah, then they slow danced.
They started going together.
Is this like this Jimmy Kimmel?
She had
Nicole
never
Kidman
heard
thing?
the Foreigner ballads of 1980 or what?
She likes the indie rock, so I gave her. This is right after her and Kimmel busted up.
I'm so sorry about that.
So then, so when I saw her at the wedding, she remembered that, and she said I introduced her to one of her favorite bands, and it was just bizarre. It was surreal talking to
Wait,
her. And
I think
Alicia.
I have your mixtape right here. Hold on.
He just had his head rested in her bosom as he slowed
Could
down.
let it play because it's just really good. No one.
Take a little time.
I take a little time.
She immediately got Lloyd security after
Yeah,
she
yeah,
got the
yeah.
mixtape. Thanks.
Intrusion alarm. Intrusion alarm.
Tell him what you said to Alicia Silverstone.
Oh, I got so nervous talking to Alicia Silverstone. It was just weird. I'm not comfortable talking to celebrities. It's a hard time to just kind of have a normal conversation. And she was uncomfortable. I could tell she was there by herself.
You kept looking at her boobs.
And we were just kind of sitting there. I just wanted to make her feel comfortable. She seemed socially anxious.
Oh, this is already getting good.
And then I said, so basically almost opened up the conversation by saying, so where are you staying? And the look on her face, it was like she felt like I was intruding or implying or something.
Most would.
That is a great way to start a conversation that's already uncomfortable.
Well, no, if there was a casino where everyone was staying, and everyone you could smoke in the casino, and I knew that she was not like a smoker and stuff, so I was just curious, like what other places there were to stay. That's what I was trying to ask.
If you were
but
to
instead,
stay
I'm like,
somewhere,
where you stayed?
Oh, that is so funny. So good. I'm glad you're not awkward at all. Okay, good.
And Alicia Silverstone, she was the one who was like big in the early
Yeah,
MTV
Clueless.
movies.
90s.
Yeah, 90s
Yeah,
movies.
like Clueless.
But where's she now? She's kind of off the radar
She's
now.
pre-chewing food for her baby that
Oh,
she
yeah.
named Bear. Do you remember that? She was online
her?
and she would chew the food and then spit it in her baby's mouth.
Oh, gross. Is it
Yeah,
really
she had the
Alicia?
kid. Yeah,
versus-
Alicia.
Okay, then I already don't like her. I'm out. Pretentious. Just
Yeah,
go
she
without-
had the kid. It was weird. She was supposed to be huge. She had the kid, and then
Did you bring that up?
Oh yeah.
Where's your kid? Where's your kid staying?
Hey, will you pre-chew my wedding cake?
Oh, hey, nice to meet you. Hey, what the hell happened to your career?
I think it's always good to open up and be like, just say, as if.
By the way,
Get
I'm in room 237, by the way.
Just in case you're wondering.
All right, who else? Give us some highlights.
I'm in the Rebel Wing.
Who was in the bridal party? Anyone famous?
There was no bridal party. She
Oh.
wasn't going to do
Wait,
it
what
like
was
that.
the other
Oh, yeah, I
one you
suppose.
said that walked in on you peeing?
Oh, what's her name? She was
On
in-
the wedding cake.
She was in the movie
Lake.
In a World.
Lake.
Bell. Have you ever seen Lake Bell?
We just interviewed
Yeah.
her. Didn't know. She was. Or what was their connection with Lake Bill?
Clint Eastwood?
The movie
Scott
blah 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 blah. What's his face?
Scott Eastwood. No.
The
we interview so many people, we just lose track.
It's the guy who takes his family over to Asia, and then
the
coup
Donald Brothers.
happens.
The Donald Brothers.
The Donald Brother movie about No Escape.
See, I had brain injury. I still got it.
Oh,
And
is
it
that
was
a
with Lake
Wilson
Bell
brother?
and
Or-
Owen Wilson.
Was she
Yeah,
the
Luke
she the
Wilson.
wife?
She's the wife.
Yeah, she's the wife.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she's cute.
She's
Did you make out with her?
Is she married?
I don't know.
Yeah, she's married. She spoke at the wedding. So,
did she mention Rusty at all?
she's not. I only interaction I had was she walked in and me going to the bathroom.
Pooping.
Why are you in the ladies' room?
I was in the men's room. She must have got confused and walked in, and I just
Are you
turned
sure
around and we
that's how that
stared at
worked?
each other. It was just the whole thing was weird. It was
Oh, yeah,
odd.
really? The whole thing was weird.
Yeah, every part of it was weird.
What's
So
the common
did
denominator?
Did she laugh though and go, "Oh, we're kind of tipsy"?
Sorry, do you need more toilet
That's
paper?
what I was hoping because I was
Or
literally
did she
at the
pepper
urinal.
spray you in the men's room?
It's like I was at the urinal and I happened to turn around.
He was pooping in the urinal.
Yeah, I was pooping in the urinal. What's wrong with that? Why is that weird?
Splash. Water's so
And
high.
she was walking in. She stopped and just looked at me, and I was
just looked at
holding
me.
my dick, looking at her.
Air
And
quotes.
I'm like, this is.
This is exactly.
And she
how
just
I
turned around and
envisioned
walked
it.
out. I thought she would
made
like.
you feel.
Were you like, hey,
Yeah.
get back here?
I thought.
Apologize. It's not normal to not say sorry. I don't care who you are.
I don't care if you were in a Donald Brothers
Apologize.
film.
That's a urinal, Mr. Poop Pants.
This sounds like a fun wedding so far.
Yeah, no, it was a blast. I mean, just to see Tig and her partner Stephanie, like how much they loved each other. It was just a cool thing to be part of. Where, especially in Mississippi, it's a gay wedding and people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just kind of, I don't know, it was a pleasant experience, except for the awkwardness that I started.
That I started by innocently standing at a urinal. I don't think so. You're the victim here. Let's not.
That's a weird thing. You walk in on someone peeing, your first instinct is like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry,"
No,
and
she's
you
like,
rush out.
She's like, huh.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm none of her movies. I will never see another Lake Bell movie again.
She makes you feel bad. That's what.
Yeah.
Like the cheater.
Yeah.
Honey, how
Yeah.
dare you?
How dare you walk in on me?
It's 10:32, but I thought I'd clear up some brain myths first of all. Popular science is clearing up some myths, and there's good news. First of all, the myth that if you play classical music, like on your pregnant belly, or to your kid, they're going to grow up smarter.
They just become assholes.
Do you think that's true or false?
False.
I should back up. First of all, we only use 10% of our brain, according to new research. Is that true or false?
True.
I would say false, but not much more.
True.
I've heard it's true, but I haven't.
It's false.
Hey.
We use
because I'm
all of
using
our
30% of mine, and you guys are only using 10 of yours, dumbasses.
So, symphony music, does it make your kids smarter? True or false?
No, just pretentious.
No.
Well, here's the answer from the editor of Popular Science. Hold on.
This was a funny one. We traced this back to 1993 when a team of researchers at UC Irvine studied 36 college students. And mind you, that's a really small number of college students. And these students performed better on tests after listening to Mozart, better on IQ tests.
Mm-hmm.
And so over time, that was extrapolated and even twisted and misconstrued by eager parents
I don't know any of those words, man.
who have interpreted it as listening to Mozart makes you smarter, when in fact, it's just not that easy. It's just not that easy.
All right, so alcohol kills brain cells. True or false?
False.
True.
False.
I'm going to go true.
Yeah, so this was another shocker in our office. Basically, there's a lot of research that indicates that that alcohol does not kill brain cells. What it does is impair the way that neurons communicate with each other. So in the short term, for moderate alcohol use, you're not actually going to be damaging brain cells. You may impair things like decision making and, of course, speech. But you're not actually killing the neurons in your brain. And scientists know this because they've studied the brains of alcoholics and non-alcoholics and found the number of brain cells to be the exact same.
So cheers to that,
Yeah.
alcohol.
Drink up, bitches.
Alcoholics.
Can we start drinking on this show? I saw beer in the basement.
There's
We're looking
a
for
ton. Do you want one?
Yeah.
By the way, we've come to the consensus. We did go down into the basement after the show on with our psychic, and she felt there was a boy that was stabbed, but we have not found proof of that in records.
Yeah, I was able to go
David.
back to 1990 and nothing. But no, granted, the house was built in 1900. So
Yeah.
I mean, a lot could have happened in 90 years, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know how time works.
It is a creepy basement, and there was a ton of beer down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's seriously 15
Yeah.
cases of beer?
Yeah.
20 cases of beer?
I saw that movie that we talked about after our discussion. What was it? The big one from like 5 years ago. The paranormals go into the house, and it's supposedly a true life story.
Conjuring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think on your tip, I rented that this weekend.
Actually, it was on yesterday.
Oh.
It was on television.
I
My
spent
daughter and I watched
$4
it.
on iMovies for it.
And it was so great because she has to leave the room at certain parts, and she was in the bathroom going, and anytime she would just get in there, all I'd have to do is go, ah! And she would lose her mind
That's awesome.
screaming. And it was great. I loved watching that with her.
It's a good movie.
She's a chicken.
That was a good flick.
My beef with it is it's presented as actual.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
if you,
like so
I
far
Googled
off.
it, and it's not even close.
I love the part in the movie where they're like, Dad, Mom just left with so-and-so, and she smells like rotten meat. That's such a funny line.
Shut up, I'm drinking.
My sister and I were laughing. She said, what if she just didn't get to shower that morning?
yeah.
She's got 5 kids.
Shut up, I'm
Smells like rotten
Oh,
meat.
for God's sake.
I went to the premiere of that show at Junket, and my wife, I love scary movies, and her friend or my friend from Denver, who's an entertainment guy, Chris Parente, I do too. I sat in the middle. They stared at the side of my head and asked me to describe what was happening on the screen.
It was too much. It's
I'm like,
lots of build up.
What's happening now? What's happening now? And then I just started making shit up. He's turned into a rabbit with fangs.
My sister.
How does that happen?
I went with my sister, and there was not many people in the audience, and there was a guy in probably his late 30s, 40s, big guy sitting there, and during any time that there was that feeling like something would happen, and when it would finally happen, he would go, "Oh God!" like he got through another one. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this Betsy Hodges.
She lip syncs. She lip syncs her speeches.
I was actually kind of glad I did not have tickets to Janet last night.
Horrible voice.
She's a horrible person.
John Bream gave it a good review. He said the second half was good. The YouTube clips I've been seeing kind of looks lip syncy.
Not one nipple slip, I heard.
32 songs.
Is she really fit again? She fluctuates quite a bit.
Yeah.
Ish. She's fit-ish.
Yeah, ish. Let's just go with ish.
Emphasis on the ish.
Pure ish.
She's
that whole family. Go away.
I know.
I wish Michael Jackson would just go away.
After what was that movie show she was on when she played Penny? Good Times. She just never
she peaked then.
Yeah, that was her peak. It was so cute then.
That's not true. I hear it was a good concert. John Bream said the second half especially. 32 songs.
Ugh.
So you're getting your money's worth.
No, you're not. Not if you hate Janet Jackson.
Oh. I don't
Did she
hate
sell
her.
it out? What was the?
That I did not hear. I'm guessing she did.
How many shootings?
Oh, you.
That
0?
crowd? I think that's not that crowd. They're more how many teenage girls scratching out hair? Or
Nah, it's
scratching out
my
hair.
age.
By the way,
girls,
there was a shooting out in Hutchinson.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, officer shot in the leg. And
yeah.
Did he kill the guy? I think he killed the guy.
Killed the guy. Yeah.
Straight up shot. But here's what I saw. They said officer shot in the leg. We don't know who fired the shot, so it might have been that the officer was shot in the leg as they wrestled for the cop's gun. But yeah,
What'll
and
happen?
then you're gonna have some of that.
What happened? I was trying to stir you and Joey up on Facebook. You guys.
Yeah, that
both
was good.
didn't
That's
fight.
good. You know, because Joey and I, we have a weird piece. You know, Joey, the host of Pardon the Dissent, has me in as the opposing viewpoint as a cop, and yeah, so Joe gets on my page and says, "What was your question?" I forgot what it was.
If you and Joy Vincent got in a fist fight,
Oh, who would win?
Old-fashioned fist fight, who would win?
Joey just started talking about how much dope I smoke, which I don't, but then I'm not going to refute that.
But your sweating makes him uncomfortable.
Yeah, he has no idea. Yeah.
You're more of a meth guy.
Yeah,
obviously.
Thanks. Yeah, no, that was good. It's Joey.
Yeah, you guys have a weird piece now.
No, we've had a weird piece all along. It's a strange relationship I have with Joey. We get along very, very
Why
well.
did he unfriend me?
That's right. We talked about it.
Did you?
Yeah, no, we talked about it last week.
That should be a whole topic of the show next week.
Okay.
Hey,
next week.
who's Greg Berman?
Greg Berman is a local comedian who was on the hit show Chicago PD last week.
Oh, okay. So he's on our show tomorrow.
Yeah, he played the bad guy in Chicago PD. I actually taped it.
Got Neil Justin coming in on Wednesday.
Yeah.
He's going to make him write us up as the #1 show in the Twin Cities.
Yeah.
you want me to not talk?
We're a hit show. Come on. We're
we
the
are a
Twin
hit show.
Cities hit show, for God's
Says
sake.
right there in the title.
Yeah.
Colleen's on the fly tomorrow. First time.
You're on tonight?
I'm on tonight.
Nice.
Colleen's popping her on the fly cherry, as it were.
This is kind of the beginnings of my new show, I think.
I think things are
It's gonna
about
be
to take up for
on
you.
The fly with Colleen.
Hello.
Sweet.
Did they move the time slot? They played at midnight now instead of 11?
Is that right? I don't know.
I went to tape it.
Do you tape it?
Well, I
Are
got
you
to see
kidding me?
myself, man.
No, you don't.
I do.
So Chuck's on tonight. Colleen's on tomorrow. Got a big week here on the Twin Cities Hit Show. Vikings win. Boo. Good luck to Tim Honey tonight. What else have we learned?
Yeah, I think we learned that I got to go.
You got to go. All right. We all got to go. Have a good Monday, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Watch out. If you go into a men's room, that could be Chell pooping in the urinal.